And can I ask the folks of the CROALA Index locorum to come up? Just the one or both of you? Great. So this is Nina and Yevon to talk about CROALA. So now we're going to hear about the 5 projects that have been funded by Pelagios via the Melon and see what they've got up to. I think you got started in August, September time, so they've had a few months to work on this.
Yes, just a few months.
Yeah, just a few months, so let's not make any excuses for them. I'm sure it's going to be really good, okay?
No. Okay, so I'm Nina Cengic. I come from Zagreb, at the University of Zagreb, and I will talk to you today about Index locorum in CROALA, and that is our work on annotating place names in early modern Latin texts. First, I'm going to tell you what we did, what we worked with, how we did it, and what was our result. So, please, not so fast. So, let me just say one note about our team. So there were 4 classical philologists, a linguist, and a historian. So we tried to work together. How to identify, annotate, and link data about places as they appeared in our corpus of texts. I would like to stress here what the texts were. They were a subset of, yes, now you may. They were a subset of texts from a very large corpus of Croatian Latinist literature. So we chose 4 different texts by 5 authors. So it was a history, oratory, epic, and 2 poets. The texts have in common 2 very important features, is that the authors are all Croatian, and the time that their works were made is like 15th and 16th century. Yeah, please. Of course, we had to start from something. And for this particular project, we chose to start from words. So in that very general meaning of them, like words as signifiers of things. So very basic starting point. And because we also, it allowed us to work, to be more practical about our work, because in philology, the word is also the basic segment of analysis. In that way, it was the words that led us to places. So with all the good and bad, well, difficult things connected to that. In the end, as our result, we were able to produce a very, well, rather comprehensive index of places as they appeared in our texts. And also what was important for us is that it was in digital form, so it was easy to manipulate it, and it was, and it's also an alternative, digital or modern alternative to very traditional classical commentary to text. So this is the best part of our work. That this was the most fun, and I will now try to explain some more. So the basis of our analysis is the so-called site architecture, and how we linked it with our field. So, as I said, basic unit of analysis is like a word as a text segment, and in philology we have to identify and describe those text segments at various levels. So let's say first in a sentence, then in a section, or in a whole work, or a particular edition of a work. This identifying and describing in a digital medium was supported by this site architecture. So it was created, of course, by Neil Smith and Christopher Blackwell. So this was our motto of our work, that each text segment and each annotation, they have their own particular identification number. If we think about it in that, if we think about our work as a number of, if you think about our work in terms of a large collection of URNs, then we in particularly were interested to use this like a corpus as a basis for an index. So that was very important to us, because we were thinking about an index in which comments or annotations, they refer to particular segments. So, in somehow to establish a very firm and very stable link between them. So this was like the basis of our work, and what we did with with the words that we wanted to identify and describe. We chose 4 main categories to give the words their meaning. So it's the category of what type of place it is, then what's the linguistic form of that word, is that name is described as a place, and also we wanted to describe it in time. So this was very interesting. In the morning we heard something about that time category. So first, let's now start with to be more specific and to say what exactly we did. So, please be kind. So, this is the first thing that we had to do. So we got a number of words presumed to be. Presumed to be names of places, but we had to verify that and had to be sure if that really is so. So we got 5 categories. The first is S locus 0, so it's not a place name. That's the first that we established. Then we had S locus 1, definitely is a place name. Then we had S locus 2, that is it is a place name consisting of 2 or more words. S locus 3 was a category in which place name was construed as metonymy. And S locus 4, all difficult examples for further consideration. Here I would like to draw your attention to our case S locus 2. So this is the structure of place names that consist of 2 or more words. For example, this is the Alba Longa is a word, a name of a place. So each part gets its own CTS and site URN. They are then defined as lexical and as a lexical entity and as a thing, a place. And also they are connected to each other through this specific pars nominis and pars rei. So we have 2 things that lead to a name, and we have 2 things that lead to a thing. So two things that lead to one name, one and the same name, and two also for one thing. So also that's what we were able to do. Sorry, that's what we were able to do when we were discussing the criteria for what is a place name and what is not. So the second point that I would like you to pay attention to is what is a place in time. So we were first discussing some concepts about what is a place. So first, of course, place is geographical, physical, but also we were thinking more about places in cultural terms, and in particular, like cultural places that change over time. So I think that we heard some very interesting things about that. In practice, what I would like you to I would like to show you. So this is an example first of what this index that we were able to create, what it looks like. So if you would like to open. So it's not just it's not just to see, but we would like to extract an example from it. It's Rome. Just a moment. There are quite a few. Okay, yes. So, can everybody see the small letters? Okay. So, this is what you get when you click your link on in the index saying Roma. So first, there are several columns. The first one is a specific site URN that we assigned to Roma. Then we have two columns with stating the place name in Latin. That is the form that we found the word in the text. And this is the second column is the standard form of the word. We'll see it's in Italian. It's Roma. Then.
Shall we show what happens when we click?
Yeah, just a moment. We have to.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. That's what we want to show. Well, I'm sure that we all know, basic notion of the place, Rome especially. It's really so generally known. But for us, when we were doing our research, it was this general notion was somehow not enough, because we were working on texts. So that was what we had to do something about it. So Neven, now please be kind and click. Anyway, no. This one will show how many. So in our text we found 29 appearances of the word Roma. Looking now.
Perhaps you can explain the node creation.
Yes, also, yes, I would like to, thank you, Neven. This is okay, I will tell you just one small thing later. Okay, so when Neven scrolls it up, then you will be able to see. So what we have, this is the. So I would like you to. So this is the page that you get when you open. So all 29 appearances of the word in the text in the index, and so you get. First is this is the confirmation that this place is confirmed in the text, and we have a heading place Roma, and then a lot of other things. So first if you click on this aroma, you will get our connection to the page in Pleiades, of course. So this is the first, so it's, it's your entrance to, your first connection is this. Yeah, okay. And then we, of course, we now have CTS URN. Then we have the form of the word in text. We have the context. It's especially important for a philology, for philological work. And then we have a column period. So this is what I would like to stress now today, that you can see, if you scroll down, that periods are not all the same. They are, there are some distinctions in the early Empire period, but also we have very important and really very important moments, that we have this word in time of Renaissance, and we also have word Roma mentioned in medieval time. Yeah. So maybe when we are dealing with time in more general terms or at more abstract levels, then somehow one can lose the importance for philology or for a very particular research, textual research, that for us to know that when we have a word in text and it is a place name, and that we know we can distinguish that in our appearance. For example, appearance A, it's Rome in Renaissance, and in appearance B, it's Rome in medieval time. So, yes, please. Also, when we were, especially in one group of texts, we were faced by a very a problem, a slight difficulty with distinction of fact versus fiction. So, what I have in mind is that though, despite the fact that we all think of places as very particular and very specific and very real, there are also places that are rather vague or just plain imaginary. So we had to see whether, well, we had to see to what extent it is so, and to try to do something about it. So that is why we, yes, you can open. I chose two examples for it. One is the Achelos. It's a name of a river in Greece. And when we open it, you will see, please just click on the heading. So we will see what it turns out to be. So this is a physical place. It's a river in Greece, described here very specifically. But what happens in our texts with this specific and very real place? So we confirmed its appearance in a context clearly referring to mythological time. So is it, yes, this was what made us think that it's that some places, though they are real, also have a rather imaginary appearance. So we have to, we were working on it as a model for many things. We had to devise our own categories, but basically it's a thing that one should have in mind. Also, as another example, it's a river, name of river Acheron. also. So this is when we click now, and the site opens. So we see it's no more Pleiades page. It's a page from Wikidata, and it shows, if you see, no description, you know. So it's, but yeah, okay, no, you can turn back. Yes, okay. So, but you know, this place is imaginary place. It doesn't have its physical description in a way like it's like Achelo's head, but it is registered as a concept. It is registered in the Wikidata. So it exists in a way. We can say that. So we have this combination of imaginary and imaginary place used in imaginary time. So that's now we are on to our conclusion. So we started off with the task to annotate place names in selected subtext of Croatia from Croatian Latinist authors from the period of Renaissance. We were able to qualify for those specific place names. We were able to define 4 categories, what we called their place names. We were able to describe their linguistic form. We were able to link the words to things, which we found very, very important. Also to link words to both real and imaginary places, and look at things in time also that was real time or historical time and imaginary time. We were using it, we were using site architecture, and it was really, really helpful. And because each digital annotation is brief and simple and without without too much information. And as a result, our commentary that we were able to produce was simpler to use. It was more structured, and it was as I mentioned, more manipulable. Only what we have to also to stress in the end is that the real complexity of what we were doing is only shows up when we start to link the atomic annotations in more bigger configurations. So thank you for your attention.